guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope that you're all keeping well. Today's video is, obviously by the title, just a little video on a Makeup Revolution haul that I done. So I done a post on my Instagram to see if anybody would be kind of interested in watching me do some makeup. So I done a little poll on my Instagram, which I'll just leave below. If you want to follow me on there, I would very much appreciate it. And all of you said yes, thankfully, that you would like to see it. So I am just going to dive right in and see kind of where it takes us today. So as you can see, I've already done my base and my eyebrows, only because my eyebrows take so long. I have like zero hair, believe it or not, on my brows. So the first actually product I used was the Revolution soap styler. So I was a bit sceptical about this. I thought it might have left like a kind of white residue, but I mean, thankfully it looks okay. I'll just kind of show you inside it as well. Also, another reason for doing like the base and stuff, this video would have been too long. So that's the inside, that's what the inside looks like. So it's got your little brow and then it's just got the soap and a little mirror. So it's quite nice packaging as well. So first step that I'm going to do is conceal. So I've not concealed and I've not obviously bronzed or anything. So I am using the Super Size Conceal and Define. So obviously there was a big hype about this when it first came out, that it was very much like Tarte Shape Tape. I've never tried that concealer. I've never been lucky enough to try that concealer. So I love this one. I do. The coverage is amazing. Today I'm using shade C5. I just take my little beauty sponge. This is the one from Home Bargains, believe it or not. The Olivia Rose collection. I'm sure it is. Yes, it is. And I love it. So good. As soon as you wet it, it's so spongy. So let me just blend this out. So as you can see, that is evenly blended out and the coverage is amazing. Yeah, I'm so happy with it. Price wise, I'm not too sure, but I will leave links down below. I don't know if Makeup Revolution are still doing their 3 for 2. That's why I done a little haul, because we're doing 3 for 2 on their makeup. I do want to try their new range, the XX Revolution. All the stuff looks amazing, so maybe when payday hits, I'll do another wee haul. If you're interested in that, just let me know. I've not really watched any videos on their new stuff, so yeah, it'd be quite interesting to kind of see that stuff. Next up is their pressed powder. Never ever used this before. Trying to think, I've never used any powders from Revolution before. Like, oh no, I have. I've used the one that everybody's used, the bacon one. So yeah. This one, it's just kind of the same packaging. It's lovely, really nice. And then just open it, and it's a white powder. Now I know that looks probably quite scary, but it is translucent powder. So I am just going to powder kind of in my usual areas and see how this turns out for coverage. So yeah, it is quite white on the brush. It does kind of scare me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Right, let's see. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. Does what it says on the tin. How's everybody coping during this kind of crazy time that we're having? I am someone who's shielding, so yeah, it's been a bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie. I'm in Scotland, and we have had shielding people have had to go ahead that we can kind of go out a walk, which is amazing, to be fair. So yeah, it's been a bit tough, and it's really, really unprecedented times, isn't it? It's all a bit crazy. I know England are opening pubs on Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed that everybody behaves themselves, shall we say. So next up, I'm just going to warm up my face, because as you can see, it's very, very flat. Like, I don't have any kind of definition. I am using their Glow powder. So it's the Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer, and I got the shade Light. However, when I opened it up, I thought I'd ordered the wrong shade, because it is pretty dark. Doesn't really look it too much on camera, but let's give it a go. So I'm just taking big bronzing brush, as I would normally. See, it's quite powdery. Just be careful, because you end up with it all over you. And then just the usual 3 areas: the head, chin, the head, the cheek, and then the chin. Yeah, so you're number 3. That didn't go to plan. Oh dear. Right, so let's start again. Goodness me, that was, don't know what happened there. Too much powder on the brush, apparently. Let me just tap that off again. Right, I'm just going to actually go with the cheek first. Oof, that coverage is intense, actually. Nice once you blend it out, don't get me wrong. But yeah, on the camera it does look a bit crazy. Hopefully when I do the rest. Yeah, that's a bit nicer. I hope that comes off on camera, because it looks a bit crazy on camera. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about this bronzer. I'm literally just, like, I'm dipping it in the pan, just like that. And yeah, the payoff's pretty intense. So I'm just going to dust it off. It's right into the hairline as well. God, I'm a bit scared about using this for my nose. Let's see how that goes. Don't get me wrong, once you've got the right amount on and it's blended in, it does actually look really, really nice. I think I obviously just went a bit ham, as they say. So I'm just going to do it under my chin. And then bring it down the neck slightly as well, just so that I don't have those kind of bronzer lines. So yeah, that does look quite nice actually, now that I've kind of got the ratio to brush properly. I'm not gonna lie, when it first went on, that was pretty intense and pretty scary. So what I normally do is I don't contour my nose, I just like to kind of warm it up a bit. So I just use the same bronzer brush, which I'm a bit worried about, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm tapping off as much as I can. Not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I just run this brush down the sides of my nose. I just run this brush down the sides of my nose, and then I just kind of brush it just along the bottom of it. It really does just stop your nose getting lost in your face. Just give it a little bit of definition. Obviously, if you want to contour your nose and you can do it, fire away. I just look crazy when I seem to do it. So, I would say we're suitably bronzed, don't you think? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, that does look quite nice, to be fair. Yeah, that does look quite nice. Once I got the ratio and stuff right, then I think we were okay. The Revolution Blusher Reloaded, and I've got the shade Peach Bliss that looks beautiful. Really beautiful shade. So, let's see how the payoff is in this. Hopefully not as crazy. So I'm just taking a kind of angled brush, dipping it in the product, and then I'll make sure that I get enough off, because I really don't want to look too crazy. Now I just smile and then just pop it on the apples of my cheeks. yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's beautiful, actually. I've kind of been watching Jamie Genevieve a lot, who has been loving blush also. And I just put it kind of over my nose also. Nothing crazy. It just kind of ties the whole look in, which I think is quite nice. It's quite nice. Actually, it's quite subtle. And it kind of gives you that, like, kind of sunburned look. Like, you've been on the beach all day. If only. So yeah, I am actually really, really happy with it. That's lovely. Hope that colour's kind of picking up on camera. Yeah, beautiful. So that is the blusher Reloaded in the shade Peach Bliss, if you want to pick that up. It's such a summery colour, just gives you such a gorgeous kind of flush of colour on your cheeks. Beautiful. Beautiful. Next up, just to kind of finish the base, is highlighter. So yeah, this is from the same range as the blush. This is the highlighter Reloaded, and it's in the shade Just My Type. So looks like a kind of beautiful, hope you can see that on camera, that it's a beautiful kind of golden shade. Stunning. Stunning. So let's go in with it and see how we go. Just tap in, take off the excess. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh. Makeup Revolution are such a good dupe for high-end makeup. Now, everybody can't afford high-end makeup. I'm okay to a treat kind of once in a while. However, for my day-to-day makeup, I like to use things that are more affordable, more sustainable. Yeah, and the price of these are just so good. But the price doesn't kind of dictate the quality. The quality of the stuff's so good, as you can see from me just using it. I'm hoping the camera's picking that up okay. I film all my YouTubes on my phone, so the quality's probably not as good as some kind of big YouTubers. However, I love it. Just makes it a lot easier to edit also. So yeah, that's nice. So this is the kind of finished base, which actually I love, to be fair. I'm just loving the kind of the bronzer now. I've got the ratio right. Loving the bronzer and loving the blush and also the highlight. I just think it looks so, so good. So nice. So nice. And the concealer, obviously. And actually that powder, yeah, it looks good. It looks kind of seamless, actually. So far, so good, Makeup Revolution. Jumping in next, I'm just going to prime my eyelids just for some eyeshadow. And I just like to use the concealer that I've already used, so I'll just pop some of that on. Just like that. And the coverage on this is so good that you'll get that kind of consistency as well. Just use my sponge, blend it in. So yep, just got a nice base there for eyeshadow. Now, I know this is a personal preference whether you do powder your eyelids or not. Because my eyes are hooded, as you can see, as soon as I move, it starts to crease. So I like to just put a little bit of powder on, just on the crease area, so that it stops that happening. So I picked up 2 of them. So today I'm going to go with the orange one. The first shade that I'm going to dive in with is just the one in the middle, that orange. I'm just going to use that in the crease. So because, as I said, I've got hooded eyes, I always like to make my crease that slightly bit higher. So just blend, 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 blend. That's a beautiful colour that's coming out, actually. Yeah, that's beautiful. So yeah, just blend, and I'm just using a fluffy brush. Just like to blend that out, and I always like to kind of blend it into the nose. I say contour, but the bronzing that you've already done. So yeah, that's kind of what that looks like blended out. Next colour I'm going to go in with is this one here. And that's a very coral, yeah, it's very coral colour. Just going to go just a bit lower than the crease here. So then what I like to do is go back in with that first shade and just tickle the edges. That just makes sure that everything is like seamlessly blended. What I like to do is go in with a clean blending brush and just again just go around the edges just to make sure there's no harsh lines there. The next colour that I'm going to dive into is this colour here. Forget that everything's back to front. And I'm just going to go in the outer corner with this just to give it a little bit of definition. It does pick up quite a lot if I'm honest with you, so maybe tap a little excess off and just go into the outer corner. That is a beautiful shade on, actually. That is so nice. And then what I'm going to do is just take it halfway in my eye, because we're going to cut the crease essentially to put down one of those gorgeous shimmers. So I just like to kind of start blending that kind of pink colour, just so it makes cutting the crease that bit easier. Just go back in with a little bit more, because what happens is obviously if you blend it, some of the pigment gets lost along the way. So what I'll do is I'll go back in with my clean blending brush just to tickle the edges again, just to make sure that everything is as should be. So what I'm going to do next is what we call cutting the crease, and I'm just going to use the concealer again that I'd already used. Put a little bit just on the back of my hand. Just like so. Then we just go in just along the crease line and just draw a line as we go. Now just take your time with this. So what we're doing is we're just putting down another base just for the shimmer eyeshadow. So I only like to take it in just to the middle. Another tip is just don't have too much of the concealer, because you'll end up running out of where to go with it. So yep, for me, that's perfect so far. As you can see, obviously we've got this line just now, but don't worry about that, we'll get to that in a second. Then what I like to do is I'm going to go in with one of the shimmers. So I'm going to go in with this shimmer just at the top. This is just a little small kind of defining brush. Just make sure you get plenty of that on your brush. And then we'll just go, ooh, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow, the payoff there is pretty incredible actually. What I'm going to do is just to get these to blend, just to go back in with that kind of pink shade and just tickle in between. If you feel like you've maybe lost a bit of the kind of pigment from the shimmer, I just like to take my finger and just go back in, just like so. Beautiful. I'm just going to go back into that first kind of orange colour, and then again just go up and over what you've done at the beginning. Just like so. Next, on the lower lash line, we just kind of repeat what we've already done. So just go in with that orange shade again. and then just take it just under the eye. And this just ties everything in, so you make sure you're tying it to those other colours that we've already got on the eye. So remember, you're just laying this colour down just now, so don't worry about it not being too unblended. So just like so. Then what I'm going to do is just blend it out. Just on its own, nothing on this brush. Just to make sure it is blended. And then I'm just going to go back in with that pink shade. Just keep it to the outer corner again. That's the eye with all the kind of eyeshadows on it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump off camera and put some lashes on. I am filming a video for my Instagram on how to apply your false eyelashes, so I'll be back in a second. So I'm back. I just popped on a pair of the Doll Beauty Ariana lashes, and obviously I just finished the other eye, otherwise you would be here until tomorrow. So lips, just to finish off. So I picked up this Nath. It's just the eyeliner and lip liner set. But yeah, we've got the shades Bodysuits and Brown Sugar. So I'm going to use the shade Bodysuits today. It's beautiful. Gorgeous shade. I like my lips to be a bit more full, so I just overdraw mine normally. Then what I'll do with every kind of lip liner that I use, I just colour my full lip in. And also I picked up one of their Velvet Kiss lip crayons. I think this was on sale, which is why it kind of made me pick it up. Normally I don't really use a lip crayon, so I'll go in with this, just in the middle. Gorgina! And that, guys, is the finished look. I'm actually really obsessed with it. That shadow palette, the neon one, is the Not a Dream, it's called, and it's beautiful. And I don't know the prices, but as I said, I will link everything kind of down below. I'm excited to give the other one a try, which is Party Vibes. It does look like Party Vibes, to be fair. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you have any recommendations of anything else you'd like me to do, just leave them below. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Mwah!